Talk about radiation, the units, the variables in radiation, and the variables in light. So first thing in radiation, there's something called as radioactivity, radiation exposure, absorbed dose, and dose equivalent. So let's talk about the new units. Specifically, those are only asked. Radioactivity, remember Becky? Becky is a girl who's very, very radioactive. So Becky stands for becquerel. Next, coming to is radiation exposure. Exposure, you expose our body, so something in kg, okay, kg because we are weighed in kgs, and coulomb, okay, coulomb per kg is radiation exposure. Coming to absorbed dose, so whenever body absorbs something like radiation, the body becomes gray. So body absorbs radiation and becomes gray. So that is why the unit is gray. Whereas dose equivalent has SV. See, dose equivalent has SV. So what is common? S and V. That is why the unit is sievert. The old things that we want you to remember is Curie. Okay, Curie was the girl before Becky, and she stands for again radioactivity. And Roentgen was there before Coulomb per kg. Rad. Okay, radioactive radiation was very new before in the olden times. That was a very rad concept, you can remember, because it was so old. And rad because our body is also a part of it is getting absorbed, so it's a rad thing. Our body is rad, and it's an old concept. And the REM is there for in place of, say, what is there rather in place of REM. Coming to light, now the variables in light is luminous intensity, luminous flux, illumination, and luminescence. Now, luminous intensity, remember something which is very intense, like an intense candle. So the SI unit is candela. Whereas luminous flux, the flux sounds like flex, and who flexes a lot? Men. So you can remember the SI unit is lumen. Whereas illumination has nation in it, okay, and the nation used Lux Sabu, like the soap Lux soap, and that is why the SI unit is Lux. Coming to luminescence has menace. Menace sounds like menace, like a person who's very problematic, like Lambert. Lambert is a very problematic person, that's why he is a SI unit of luminescence, okay, luminescence. So we are done with luminous intensity, we're done with luminous intensity, we're done with luminous flux, we're done with illumination and luminescence.